Let's do this. Hello everyone, my name is Deadman Darkling, and welcome to my graveyard. This is how I look. I am a black guy. A black goth guy. Probably not what you were expecting. Usually isn't what anyone expects, but hey, whatever. Well, this is my graveyard. This is all you're gonna see for right now. How do I begin this? I'm going to be doing a gamer tag, a tag I found on Reddit. It's pretty cool. It's about 21 questions, and it's not simple. It was pretty hard. It made me think. I had to go back into my memory and think. It was so long ago. So, let's get started. Let's see the first question. Ooh, what is your all-time favorite video game? I guess it's starting off really fucking strong. Going back to it, it would be Mega Man Battle Network 3 Blue for the Game Boy Advance. 2. What is your current favorite video game? Spider-Man, the 2018 release, the last one that came out on a PS4. He's my favorite hero, my favorite game. 3. What is your favorite video game genre? JRPGs, or RPGs in general. My wife hates JRPGs because she doesn't like the long cutscenes and the story-driven stuff. She just wants to get straight into the action. Me, I like the story. I want to know what the hell I'm fighting for and what I'm doing and why we're fighting. 4. How long have you been playing video games? Well, I'm 28 now, so 24 years. Long time playing video games. It's been a great journey. 5. What is the first game you've ever played? Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. It was my uncle's game, my uncle's system. I was 4 years old. He's 9 years older than me, so he's about 13 years old. And I would play after he dies. We would take turns. He didn't really want me playing or touching his stuff because, of course, he was a teenager and he was kind of selfish. But he had 2 older brothers and my mom, his older sister. So I would get on, and of course I'd die far faster than him. I couldn't comprehend the controls. And then the Super Nintendo controller had so many different buttons, and it was just complicated for me. But I still tried my best. Good 4-year-old Deadman. Alright, 5. What is the first game you ever played? I just read that, so I'm gonna move on to number 6 because I just repeated the question. What game have you clocked the most hours into? This is gonna be embarrassing, but it was Star Ocean to the Ends of Time. One of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. Gaming session. My longest gaming section was playing Mass Effect 3 for the multiplayer. The first time I sat down and played 16 hours straight with a bunch of people I used to have on my PlayStation friends list. We played for so long. I woke up, we started playing. Right when I finished is when I went to bed. It was a great game. I forgot to eat for a while. My mom came in yelling at me. My girlfriend, who was not my wife at the time, was like, "Is this really what you're doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fun." Number 8. Who is your favorite game developer? This is a hard question because I never thought about it. I never had to sit down and be like, oh, I love these developers more than I love this other developer. I love Atlas. I love Arc Systems. I love Sony. I love Nintendo. Microsoft, they're okay. Insomniac Games. But, I'm gonna have to give it to Atlas. Because I first got a Game Boy Color, and the first game I got on it was Demi-Kids. I didn't really know what Demi-Kids was, but it was a great introduction into the Shin Megami Tensei series. And of course they made Persona 1 through 5, and Persona FES. Persona 3 is one of my favorite Personas. I love 5. 4 is okay, but I love 3 the most, so I'm gonna give it to Atlas. Who is your favorite hero character from a video game? Megaman.exe. It was fun playing Mega Man Battle Network 1 through 6, even part 5 on the DS. I wish they would give us more of him, but that's it. Who is your favorite villain? This isn't an easy question. Everyone who gets this question always comes up with, oh, I love Sephiroth. Some edgy people go with, oh, I love Kefka. They always pick Final Fantasy people. My character is kind of in that kind of knot, and it is Ansem from Kingdom Hearts. I just love everything about him. His look, the way he fights, his shadow, the story. I love Ansem, I love Zexion, but I'm gonna go with Ansem. Or Xemnas. Was it Xemnas? I think it was Xemnas. I don't know, I get confused sometimes. I just finished playing part 3. I'm not even done with it yet, but I'm gonna give it to Ansem. Who's your most hated character of any game? Gosh. Okay. I have 2 characters who I hate the most in 2 different series, and they get on my nerves. And the thing is, they both kind of do the same exact thing. They're annoying characters, and the thing is, their little, we'll go with their secondary thing that helps them attack is always amazing. But I really hate from Persona 3 Ken, the little boy. I hate him so much. And from Final Fantasy 13, I hate Ethan. Hope. His name is Hope. I call him Ethan. He looks like he should be an Ethan. I hate him so much. I hate them both. They a burning passion of hatred. I just cannot stand them. They are little punks, and they do something so stupid that when everyone pretends everything's okay and we all come back together and we're a party, we're like, yeah, we need to save the world. You just side-eye them like, I know what you did. I can't trust you. I can't do it. Number 12. What gaming platforms do you own? So many. So many. So let's get to the basics. I own a Nintendo 64. I still own that. I still use it. It's not the original one that I've had when I was a kid. I recently bought that maybe 2 or 3 years ago at a yard sale in New York City. My mother still has it back at her house in New York City. I have a Nintendo DS Lite, a regular DS. I have a 2DS. I have 2 3DSs. One of them I bought for my wife for us to play Super Smash Bros. Together. She never really played it, but she did a couple of times and she enjoyed it. I have a PSP, still works. I have a PS Vita. It's one of my favorite systems. I love it. What else do I have? I have the original Xbox. It still works. I play one of my favorite games on it, Phantom Dust. I have an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 2. Both of them my brother Sparks has. Don't think I forgot, bro, but I know you have them. And my Xbox 360, it's so destroyed and so old that it doesn't have the outer shell. My friend called it the Xbox None. What else do I have? I have a PlayStation 3, I have a PlayStation 4, and I have a PC now. Oh, and I cannot forget my Nintendo Switch. I always keep it in handheld mode because I love taking it around with me. I could connect it to the TV, but that spot's reserved for my PlayStation 4. Next question. What is your first game platform? I didn't really understand this question. I didn't know if they mean what is the first gaming platform I own, or like the first platform I played on. So I'm going to answer both. The first platform I've ever played on was a Super Nintendo, as I said earlier. And the first platform I've ever owned for myself was the Nintendo 64. That was the first system I was ever gifted on my birthday. Number 14, what is your favorite gaming platform and why? Well, of course, it is my PlayStation 4 because I have so much I can do on it. Netflix, Hulu, Share Factory to edit some videos. I also have Funimation on there to watch anime. I have tons of games, like over 100 games I've bought on PlayStation Network, and then physical copies of games too. PlayStation 4, PlayStation, Sony, you guys are one of my favorite gaming companies, but PlayStation 4 just takes the cake for me. Let's move on. Number 15, do you prefer to play guy characters or girl characters? It depends on the type of game. Excuse me. Honestly, I don't have a preference. If I'm playing a JRPG or any type of RPG where I'm given a choice, I mostly pick girl characters because I'm a guy in real life anyway. I mean, I don't really have a specific reason why. I just do it. It's that no real reason. I'm Deadman. Let's go. 16. Do you follow walkthroughs or do you play through on your own? I play through on my own. I go in blind. Fist straight up, fist first, head just high. I just run straight through it. I don't really like walkthroughs. Like I just started Bloodborne, didn't look at gameplay of it before. I just bought it because my wife likes Dark Souls. We got Dark Souls 3, we beat it. And then I was like, oh cool, a gothic Victorian version of it, let's go. And I played it and I freaked out a couple of seconds into it because I loved it, and it's just a great game. Maybe one day I'll do a let's play of it. I'll start it over. But yeah, no, I don't like walkthroughs. If I watch someone do a let's play and I like the game, I immediately stop the let's play. I try to buy it, and if I can't because I don't have the money for it, I wait for it. I wait till I have the money and then I buy it. 17. Have you ever been to any gaming conventions? No, I have not. The only time I've really been to any type of convention that has gaming is New York City Comic Con. That's usually where they show some games coming out. Like the last time I went, can't even remember what we played, but I think I played a Gundam game, and it was a great game. So no gaming conventions, but comic book conventions, yes. 18. What game are you most excited for? Future releases, I believe Metroid Prime 4. It'd be great to know the next chapter in Samus's life. I love the Metroid Prime series. I started off with 2 because a friend of mine had 2. I went back, played 1, and then when 3 came out, I fell in love with that game too. Yeah, it was a little complicated and weird, but it was great. I love the Metroid series, so I'm waiting for part 4. Also Bayonetta 3, and whenever they decide to give DLC out for the new Spider-Man game, because it ended on a cliffhanger, and I'm waiting for more. What is your best memory of a video game? My favorite memory of a video game is probably when I was around 11 years old. I just got my Nintendo 64 on my 11th birthday, and the only game I got was Ocarina of Time. Now, I used to play Ocarina of Time because my uncle had a Nintendo 64, and we used to go to Blockbuster, me and my cousin, to rent and play it all the time because my grandmother knew that if we were there, we were little boys, we like video games. So, of course, I would get a one-player game because when my cousin falls asleep, I played because I stayed up all night, and he got Raw or NKO or some wrestling game because he loved wrestling. But anyway, when I got my Nintendo 64, my grandmother called me and asked me, hey honey, what game do you want? I didn't have any sort of like quick technology to look up or anything. We only had commercials or the last time we went to a place to rent a game. So I said, any game will do, but not sports games. If I want to play sports, I'll just get up and go play it myself outside. So she got me a game, came home and handed it to me, and it was a game for the Nintendo 64 called Jet Force Gemini. It was a great game. It was a third-person shooter. You're fighting giant ants from my memory and a giant bad guy named Miser, and it was pretty awesome. But the best thing is I got a second controller just in case I had a 2-play game because I have 2 sisters and 3 brothers. But my 2 sisters lived with me. At that time, my littlest sister, well, she's not my youngest sister, but she was my younger sister. My little sister, Dead Girl, I'm gonna call her Dead Girl for now. She's probably not gonna want me to call her that, but we're gonna call her that anyway. She said, hey, can I play? I said, I don't know. When I started the game, there was a 2-player there. And yeah, it was like a 2-player arena style battle, but it was amazing to play a little, like a game with my little sister. And you know, she was just like, oh my god, you're like the coolest, most amazing brother ever. Can we play a game together? And I was like, sure, we can play. And then she was like, could you not kill me? And I was like, no. No. And that's one of my greatest memories. 20. What is your worst memory of a video game? Now, I have so many, but I'm just gonna share one of them. It was the first time I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I was over at a friend's house for a sleepover. It was me and a bunch of other of our closest friends who lived in a building, and some of his actual family friends came over and we were playing. It was my first time playing, and of course, we're gonna name him Johnny. Okay, so it was Johnny's house, and I was playing with him. And of course, I beat him. Not of course, but I beat him because he was Sonic, and I picked Shadow because I was a edgy kid. Played, beat him, so he gave up the controller to his friend. We'll call him Ken. I'm only giving them names like this because I can't remember their names. Now, Ken, he picked Metal Sonic. Did not know Metal Sonic did not have powers. Only thing he had was that black shield. What is it? The black cube that can block off anything, but he didn't know that. So I was going around, and every second that I could, I would hit him with the chaos control, and he was getting more and more frustrated and pissed. Then it came down to the point where we were both at the goal, because I was dying a lot because, of course, I didn't know how to play. It was my second time playing, my second match. And we were going through, and I chaos controlled him right at the goal, and I got it. And everyone around was laughing, clapping, like, yeah, that was a good game, but he just got quiet, folded his arms, got really mad, threw the controller, and stormed off. We paid it no mind, but a couple of seconds later, Johnny's mother came storming and yelling, like, why are you making fun of Ken? Why are you doing this? Stop picking on Ken. You know what? Everyone go home. I don't want all of you here tonight. And all of us got sad, and everyone blamed Ken, but then they also were mad at me for beating him. And I was like, I didn't know. I was kind of a competitive kid at that time, so I was like, we were playing the game. I was going to give up and let him win. We all knew that he got frustrated at playing games, and I figured that he'd just grow up and keep going. But no, that was one of the worst memories I've had. Let's move on. 21, the last question. Which video game character do you see yourself as? I like to think I'm a lot like Soma from God Eater. He is one of my favorite characters, and we have a lot of similarities. At first, we were a little standoffish. Yeah, we kind of like to get the job done, and sometimes people don't know how to approach us. I've had people, even members of the Darkling's family, which they told me we did not know how to talk to you, how to approach you when we first met you, and I can understand that. I could be a little off-putting. I'm a little random, but I can be serious at times. But once you get to know me, I don't really need to be serious. I kind of don't like it. I like to joke around and hang out, but I can be serious at times. So I see myself as Soma from God Eater. And yeah. Oh, wait, no. Last question. I would like to thank you guys for coming to my graveyard down in its beautiful, beautiful plot of land. And I thank you for watching this video. So give a like, comment below if you guys are going to do this. If not, if you guys even think of answering any of these questions, please comment it below. Subscribe to join my dead family and be a baby bat Darkling, and I will see you in the next video.